Good evening, one and all. Today we're going to be going through a pretty dirty sounding drum and bass tune. So let's get into it. This is what it sounds like. Alright, let's get into it, shall we? Let's have a little listen through. This will blow your face off. Hopefully.
You know we hot like fire. Some of them are hot, but them hot like pepper. We blaze it up and we bring the lava. Them a try this, the father. Come, listen them like you with the zigzag. Girl come out with the gun, them on the soda. Them know the demon and the best welder. So show you how you buy if you watch your rasta.
Alright, there we have it. Absolutely outrageous. Let's go for a few things, shall we? This is, we started off with a piano. It's just from Splice. Lovely, lovely. Same with the vocal from Splice. A little bit of Alter Boy. Bit of OTT. This is
step up now the place, you know we hot like fire. Some of them are top, but them hot like pepper.
Alter Boy.
Step up now the place, you know we hot like fire. Some of them are top, but them are
Matching the formants of the pitch. OTT, just bringing out the highs.
step up now the place, you know we hot like fire. Some of them are top, but them
Bit of echo on there. Ping pong, of course.
step up now the place, you know we hot like fire. Some of them are top, but them hot like pepper. We blaze it up and we bring the lava.
We have the piano.
Step up now the place, you know we hot like fire. Some of them are top, but them hot like pepper. We blaze it up and we bring the lava. Them a try this, the father. Come!
So I added a little bit of a sort of melody on top of that with a Nexus piano, Dream piano.
Step up now the place, you know we hot like fire. Some of them are top, but them hot like pepper.
It's sort of a bit of a counter melody to what that loop is doing. Very beautiful. Matches the vocal melody in some little bits as well.
Listen them like you with a zigzag. Girl come out with because them want this harder. Zigzag.
I'd always, if you can ever think of a melody, match the vocal melody at some points. It's an absolute cheat.
Listen them like you with a zigzag. Girl come out with
Works every time. Every time.
listen them like you with a zigzag. Girl come out. Them a try this, the father.
So into a little transition into the next bit. Bit of a sweep, you know, a little cymbal swell.
The father. Come! Listen them like you.
And then we introduce a Reese.
Listen them like you with a zigzag. Girl come out with because them.
Sounds very simple, bit of a saw. Two saws.
Listen them like you with a zigzag.
We've got the fine tune up about 20, down about 20 on the other one. If you have them at 0, sounds like this. Sounds like a saw, and then you just pull them apart a little bit. Bit of grip. Sounds really good.
Listen them like you with a zigzag. Girl come out with because them want this harder.
And then we got the cut off opening, just to go into that next section.
Listen them a you the zigzag. Girl come out with because them want this harder. Them know the demon and the best welder. So show you how you want if you want show your style.
Little drum fill. Photech drum fill, just straight in. Haven't done anything to that. With all this project, none of the drums have put any processing on. And I think if you can get the sample sounding good at source, you've done 90% of the work already. So I just wanted to show how easy it is to make things sound good, as long as you get the drum sample sounding good. So this is just drum sample. We've got the vocals. We've got something opening up there. What's going on? Little rise and Reese. That's playing in the second half of that drop, so I'll come back to that. So drums. Very, very crunchy. Literally just a kick. Nothing on it. Sennheiser kick. Sennheiser snare as well, I think. And a top, really crunchy. No, that top sounds amazing as it is. It's got some like really, really harsh distortion, some saturation going on. It's like white noise is almost hitting at the same time as those hats. Just sounds great. And then just a little feel those little percussion bits in between. So without that, get very straight, and then with this little loop, just get those little percussion bits going on in between. I mean, that is outrageous. So we've got I mean, you can do this so many ways. So let's take that filter off. The filter is the thing that's doing so much of that legwork. And if you change where the filter's going, you really change the sound. So if we take that filter off, we can hear what is actually happening there. So there's a lot going on. The sub-direct, for this you need it direct out, because there's a lot of distortion going on. This little as is doing a lot of work as well. And distortion, you need to take oh, there's no distortion on that. Hyper's doing a lot. So that's without the filter. And as I say, you can change you can up the resonance. Change the cutoff, it will make it sound very different. There's no sub coming through. I've got to turn that on. And the progression of this this bass is actually doing the exact same thing as that piano. So if I put that piano in, it's not going to sound amazing because we're hitting a weird note in that with the resonance there, but you'll be able to hear that. Then we've got this sort of whip, whip, whip. That's doing, yeah, that's that's basically a couple of sine waves without this distortion. Just sounds like a whistle. And then through that distortion, got diode on, and then we've really honed in on the frequencies that it's distorting in pre as well. 100% drive, 100% mix. Really makes that sound gritty. And I've taken this the latency forwards in time, because there's the attack's not quite on 0. Set that the whip is whoop, so the attack it takes a little bit of a time for the sound to kick in. So if we don't have that, it doesn't quite sound in time. So it just tightens it up just a little bit. On this as well, a big difference was putting erosion on. I put erosion on quite a lot. It really fills out those high frequencies. So that's without and with. Bit of white noise. You could play around with erosion. It really, really fills out those high frequencies. I mean, this is a classic trick, but having a little bit of silence anywhere will make such a massive difference. When there's silence, it accentuates the noise. So just a little bit of silence anywhere, especially in this little bit right in the middle of the drop, will just accentuate the next bit, make it hit that little bit harder. So I've taken out all of the drums from that. Bass, pretty much everything's come out. Apart from that little whip, whip, whip. And so when you take everything out, that whip, whip, whip is the only thing that's playing. So that's the only thing you hears. And then when everything else comes in, it's way more impactful. Right, so we've got to switch up here to get into the next bit. It's quite difficult getting, because it's such a dramatic change up. So I've taken out the drums rather than having this loop carry on and the kick and snare carry on. I mean, you can do that, but in this instance I thought it would work if you take that out and instead I put a little reload, sort of spin back. And it just eases you into the next transition much easier. I've changed the there's no alter boy, so this sounds a lot deeper. So I've got the formatting with Ableton and Complex Pro, and you can mess about with so that sounds really low. You can play around with even lower.
Step up now the place, yeah.
So you can mess about with that and really make the sound very different compared to what it is up here.
So you know your boy if you want your rasta. Step up now the place, yeah.
So just having that change of tone with the vocals eases you into the next section.
Step up now the place, yeah.
I've just got this unbelievable sounding break. Culture. Shout out to Culture. This is so nice. I mean, when you've got percussion that's doing so much of the donkey work, you don't need much else going on because the rhythm is driving the whole thing. So the only bass that's going on there is this Reese that's just very, very simple Reese. And it's being carried by the rhythm of that break. Change up the section as well. The first bit, the whips were an octave higher, maybe 2 octaves higher. And then to change up the section in the next bit, we've taken it an octave down. Same with the vocals again. Vocals got a little bit of a different altar boy on them. Echo's a little bit different. Got some reverb on it. It just changes, just only slightly, but it sort of informs the ear that there's a different section going on. So rather than having the vocal being the same formant, same echo, same reverb the whole way through, you sort of change it up a little bit as you go through the sections, and it's much easier to inform the listener that there's different sections going on with the vocal, as well as, you know, changing the octaves of the leads and changing the sounds of the synths, and in this case the break as well. Again, it's very, very simple Reese going on there. A couple of sine waves, I think. Very, very simple. Again, always putting, with this kind of music, always putting distortion through Serum. It makes a massive difference. And then we've got the A section here has just this one Reese there. And then the B section, we've got another one on top, so it just sort of emphasises that call and response. And then in this sort of C section here, we've got another build up, a sort of rising Reese. And that just helps to, you know, a little bit of ear candy, switches up makes it more interesting. You know, every time there's a new section, so we've got A here, and then we've got B here, and then we've got C here, and then we go back to B here. Everywhere there's something new that's popping up just to excite the ears. And there we have it. Outrageous. Thank you.